Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to LeisureBit. And today we're coming to you from White Water Park in Stockton-On-Tees. So let's go and take a look around. We visit White Water, the Caravan and Motorhome Club site, and stay overnight. We also visit Stockton-On-Tees, see this contraption, which is the Stockton Flyer, see people in the White Water course, see Archimedes Screw, visit the Tees Barrage, see the Infinity Bridge, have our tea in the pub, and see a beautiful fairy garden and an amazing sunrise. Now let's pick up our journey where we're just pulling off the A66, taking a left-hand turn towards the Barrage. We're going to head straight on over the next roundabout and make our way over the Tees Barrage itself. And as we cross over the Tees Barrage, to the right-hand side you can see towards the sea, and to the left up the river. Take a right-hand turn here, and then we head down this road and then take this left-hand turn where we can see the Caravan and Motorhome Club signs. On arrival, you stop in the new arrivals lane, nip out, check in at reception, and then they'll open the barrier for you so you can go and choose your pitch. We decided to stay on a serviced pitch this time, and the cost we paid for the night, which was in January 2023, was £31.70, and that was for 2 adults and the pitch. So I've arrived at White Water Caravan Park, and first job to do is to connect up the electrical hookup, which we've done there. We're on a service pitch today, so we actually have a 16 amp electrical hookup there, and there's also a water tap on the pitch. So we're just filling up at the moment, just filling up the water. I'm going to put 18 litres in today, and hopefully that should see us through for what we need there. It's enough to fill up the warm water tank, and it should keep us going. Here, quick look at the pitch. It's behind us there. Got the van on it, so nice large pitch, and get a bit of a view of it there, and see the route round, some pitches opposite, and then you can see back the way we came. Right, we'll see how that water's getting on. I'm going to pop another couple of litres in just to make sure. There we go. You can remove the hose now, close the flap and pop this away. So that's the hose back away. This is where I keep the hose under there because it's then quite handy. And one thing not to forget, as there was no end on the tap, is I will just grab the end off the tap and then we're good. Make sure that's switched off. On the Caravan and Motorhome Club sites, they do ask you to park between the 2 red markers that you can see, one there, one over there, which we've managed to do. Pop that back in the box with the other water stuff so I don't lose it, and then I'm going to go and collect the key for the pitch. We're on pitch number 2. The reception just over here, just behind us, so not far to go, and then we've got the facilities block over there, so again not too far to go for it. So quite a handy little pitch. I always found these ones in the past pretty good if it was windy or whatever, because you get a little bit of shelter here and it's just a little bit out of the way. There are others a bit closer to the facilities block as well if you need them. I also find they are pretty level as well. Anyway, let's go and get the keys. On the way to reception, just near the warden's pitch, there was this lovely little garden. Then collected the keys from reception, which gives you access to the facilities and also a barrier pass. Let's take a quick wander around the site now. We've got the motorhome service point here and also the motorhome waste drop point. There's also various taps there. We've got the laundry coming up there on the right hand side. There's also a defibrillator in there. And then coming up, we've got the games room you can see ahead of us there. There's a dishwashing area and also accessible facilities. Heading around the back, you can then see through into the games room there and the various games, and we're also coming up then to the other side of the dishwashing area and the ladies' toilets and showers. Let's just take a quick look in there now. Usual high standards you would expect of the Caravan and Motorhome Club facilities. And finally, here's a quick look in the dishwashing area. Back outside there's this lovely little garden. It looks really pretty on a night as it's lit up with fairy lights. I'll let you have a little look around it now. And that's the way to walk through the garden. Facilities point with wastewater, drinking water, waste and recycling and disposal point. Children's play area. Last time we were here we stayed over at that side. Just next to the reception there's an information room. In there's a lot of useful information including numbers for taxis, plenty of leaflets and places to eat out. We'll head back outside now. You can see the entrance to the reception there just on the right hand side. The site's close to the Premier Inn, which also has a bar and restaurant. Meanwhile in Stockton, Rachel had took Roxy swimming with her pal Max again. They'd loved it last time they'd been, so they wanted to go again, and they had an amazing time. Well, it saved her going in the river, didn't it? On the way back from taking Roxy swimming, Rachel called in Stockton Town Centre. Here's just a quick look. The usual shops, cafes, restaurants, pubs, bars that you would expect for a town centre. There's a lot of redevelopment happened in Stockton over the past years. This in the middle's a fountain, but due to the cold weather it's not switched on at the moment, but it is quite impressive when it's on. There was also some market stalls there, selling various things, including the famous Taylor's Butchers. The town set out into a number of areas. In front of us there you can see the Shambles shopping centre, and you can see some more of the market.
And we're going to be coming back here in a little while to see what happens.
Situated behind the town hall, the Stockton Flyer is a fantastic automated mechanical sculpture. It was designed by engineer Rob Higgs. Like something from H.G. Wells' novel, it rises from within the giant stone plinth that houses it, clanging, hooting, steaming and chuffing for a full 15 minutes every day at 1 p.m. It even puffs out smoke rings. It was commissioned by Stockton Borough Council in 2013 to commemorate the town's railway and industrial past. The Flyer was officially unveiled on the 12th of June 2016 on the late Queen's 90th birthday. The Infinite Town, a poem by Stocktonian poet Mark Robinson, is carved into the Flyer's stone plinth, and it was commissioned in 2015 as part of the regeneration of Stockton High Street. The Flyer's now gone away to show on another day. So we're back at Tees Barrage and the White Water course and staying overnight at the campsite where it all began. So let's go and take a look around. The Tees Barrage International White Water course, originally the Teesside White Water course, is an artificial white water course on the northern bank of the River Tees. It's part of the Tees Barrage and is located in the Stockton-On-Tees district. The course was built in 1995 at cost of £2 million. Owned by the Canal and River Trust but administered by Tees Active from the on-site water sports centre, the White Water facility offers kayaking, whitewater slalom, play boating and whitewater rafting, plus surfing on the surf wave. The centre's facilities include high ropes course, a placid practice pool, water sports centre, shop and cafe, car parking, camping, picnicking and caravanning areas. The state of the course can depend on the level of the tide in the River Tees. The course can be operated by flow diversion for 2 or 3 hours either side of the low tide, but can operate at any time when the pumps are used. The course can be operated all year round and in hours of darkness when it's floodlit. Archimedes screws date back to as early as 3rd century BC, and they can be used in 2 directions, to pump water or to generate power. They're named after the Greek mathematician Archimedes, who first described it in around 234 BC, although there was evidence that the device had been used long before this time in ancient Egypt. Just behind me there you can see the water being pumped up by the Archimedes screws. You can see the barrage there controlling the flow of water from the upstream River Tees. Right, let's jump on the bike now and go and have a look round the Tees Barrage and upstream along the River Tees. If we take a look across the barrage now, you can see there's pillars that are actually supporting some fish belly plates that are controlled by hydraulic rams, which allow to control the level of water in the River Tees. We'll cycle across the barrage now. There's a bridge just coming up that we're about to cross that's sometimes opened up if there's a ship going through the canal down into the sea. This is essentially where the river's now controlled, so the tide stops to the kind of this side of the barrage, and then the river's controlled upstream in the direction of Yarm. You can see the entrance in and out there, and also the traffic lights for the dock. Just along here there's normally a really nice coffee van called Sam Seb that's worth checking out. I think we'll do that now. Just a little further along you can see the slipway here, which is often used for people loading in kayaks or canoes or boats. There's a nice walk along the riverside which you can make a varying length depending on how far you go along. Me and Roxy always love to have a walk along here. We're now approaching the Infinity Bridge, which is a public pedestrian and cycle footbridge across the River Tees. It's called the Infinity Bridge because the reflection it gives in the water looks like the infinity symbol. It spans around 125 metres at this point in the River Tees. Quick look at the bridge from the other side. We continue down the river now towards Stockton Centre and past some more bridges and interesting sculptures. There's some further redevelopment going on in Stockton, and you can just see there the demolition of the Swallow Hotel, which is in progress at the moment. Right, let's set off down the other side. You can get into Stockton town centre just over the bridge on the left hand side there. You can see the inscription, "All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full." There's a car park we're just passing on the left hand side, which could be quite handy. There's quite often canoeing and other activities take place from here, and you can see there's some useful launching points there. We're now heading back towards the Infinity Bridge. Let's go and take a closer look at that. We can see that the total span of the bridge is actually 180 metres, with 60 metres on the small arch and 120 metres on the large arch. You can see back down to the barrage there from the bridge. Here we have the Karma Pool where you can practice, and also the Tees Active Centre. And now we're back at the barrage where we began our journey. We're now going to take a very quick whistle-stop tour drive around Teesside Park, just to give you a little bit of a flavour of the sort of shops and other facilities which are available at Teesside Park. There was some work going on in the bottom section of the car park, so that was fenced off. We're now heading over to the other section of Teesside Park, which includes a cinema, Hollywood Bowl and various restaurants. After all that looking around, it must be time for a coffee. After we'd been around Teesside Park, we just had a quick look out to Portrack Lane. You can get onto Portrack Lane out of the site, and I'll show you where you come out in a few moments. There's also a big Asda here as well. Just on the right hand side here where we'll turn round is where you come out if you cut through from the site, so it makes it really convenient if you need to nip and get something from Asda. We're just heading to the Talpore to get something for our tea, and dogs aren't allowed inside but they are allowed outside, so hopefully going to try and grab one of the little pods that they've got in the garden. Fingers crossed, see how we get on. Got a nice little pod outside here so that Roxy can join us. There she is, look. It's hard to believe, but it's January and we're actually sat outside. How about that? Here's a quick view of what we had for our tea. Let's head back to the site now and let's go and have a look around that fairy garden. On the way in from the site you can actually see the A19 fly over there in the distance. But wow, this looks really pretty on an evening lit up. What a lovely fairy garden, and what a cracking job the wardens at the Caravan and Motorhome Club site have done. What a lovely sunrise this morning, just walking Roxy around the barrage that we looked at yesterday. Still look across Portrack Marsh Nature Reserve there, and again you can see the A19 fly over in the distance and across Teesside.
Look at the beautiful sunrise over White Water. Absolutely stunning.
So Rachel, what did you think of White Water and Stockton? This is our second visit and our one on our Vanniversary.
Well, we've had a fabulous Vanniversary. I found something in Stockton that I've never seen before. The Stockton Flyer, really, really good. Had an amazing time. Pity they don't let dogs in the pubs anymore, but it was fine. We had a few drinks that warmed us up. What about you?
Yeah, I thought it was great to go back. It's January, so the weather started quite miserable, as you'd see, but it did pick up and it ended up a lovely evening and a lovely next day, and I never thought we'd be sitting outside in January. Don't forget to join us next week, where we're going to do a review, a year on, of our eldest CV20 and also share some of our future plans. Thank you for watching.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.